Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at our boy KRILLIN, the new tech KRILLIN that came out along with Trunks and Goten. Trunks and Goten obviously are a very powerful unit, and then this KRILLIN definitely, I would say, is on the level of like a physical Tien and EGL Buu Piccolo. KRILLIN is exactly that type of banner unit, right, who is really good on a lot of powerful teams. A lot of people really love to suck off the Kamehameha team. Well, this KRILLIN is going to really help that team out a lot. He's just a very strong unit overall. So, like, the only thing about this KRILLIN that sort of, I mean, it holds him back a bit, but, I mean, it's not... He gets a lot better if there's another Trunks or Goten in the same rotation. And obviously, KRILLIN does not share a lot of links with Trunks and Goten units, right? Like, KRILLIN is sitting here with Turtle School, Experienced Fighters, Courage, High Compatibility, Solid Support, Kamehameha, and Fierce Battle. Basically, Kamehameha and Fierce Battle is all you're going to get with KRILLIN, with a lot of these different Goten and Trunks type characters, right? And again, with the Goten and Trunks around, it's definitely where we will see KRILLIN with his biggest numbers, right? Because KRILLIN, what was his defense there? 114k, by the way, which wasn't the craziest. Okay, just 2.56. So KRILLIN is doing 2.56 right there, while also giving 4 key and 60% support to the entire rotation. KRILLIN also raises defense on super attack, right? So he's getting a lot of extra, like defensive value. He's getting 30% defense on super. Then he also, as long as there's a Trunks or Goten in rotation, has 30% damage reduction as well. So there's just a lot that KRILLIN is able to do that is very good when there's another Trunks and Goten around. On a rotation where you're going to have a Trunks and Goten, KRILLIN is like basically like the strongest support in the game, I would think. I mean, he's giving 4 keys, 60% attack and defense, while doing, you know, 2.5 million attacks, that seems like in most cases at link level 10, right? And then he's also got the damage reduction. He's going to have... His defense isn't the craziest, but it's okay because of the level of damage reduction he's going to get with the Trunks and Goten being around as well, right? So, okay, so we have our boy KRILLIN. Again, we're only going to be able to get Kamehameha as well as Fierce Battle. You know, really, this team, like, the way you do want to run this team, we're running Prodigal Warrior / Kamehameha, is you probably would want to run it like this, where you'd have the 2 Dokkan Fest Goten and Trunkses in the second slot for each rotation. Then you have the EGL EZA Goten in slot 1 in his rotation. Then the physical Kid Trunks in slot 1 in his rotation. And you sort of just let them kind of like power through, and then you run KRILLIN as a support type unit. And right, KRILLIN in slot 3 is like one of the strongest slot 3 units in the game, like on this type of rotation. Because again, his defense is going to be, after supering 140k, 150k, somewhere in that range, while also having damage reduction, and then just everything else he's doing, right? So he is overall a very powerful unit. And obviously for the, you know, the purposes of the showcase, right, sort of rocking him in slot 1, you know, we've got all of his links at level 10 and just sort of see the damage levels he's putting up and stuff like that, right? We could potentially get a little bit of extra damage out of KRILLIN too, I guess, if we put Trunks and Goten in slot 1 and did their unit super attack, because they do, of course, yeah, 9 million by them. See, that's the thing, like, KRILLIN as a combo with them, he is what pushes them to these heights where, you know, like, we didn't even do their active skill yet. And then look at Goten, like, look at this team, like, it's so great. Like, look at the numbers, like, these Goten and Trunks, like, they're eye-popping, bulging out of your skull numbers, like, nearly 10 million for that Goten and Trunks, and we have not used their active skill, right? Like, you know, once they pop their active skill, you could see really, truly crazy numbers from them. It's just... It's fun. I'm definitely looking forward to the same name update, and it's like everyone is like, oh, I can't wait to use this UI Goku team. Oh, like the Rosés and stuff like that. Like, there's all these different combos, right? Like, oh, what about you know, the Goku, yeah, the Goku Blacks and the Golden Freezes. But for me, for real, I am interested in like this full Trunks and Goten team. Like, it's gonna be so crazy. Like, it's gonna be a juggernaut of a team. It's like, you know, if you're talking about like a difficult event, I think at the, you know, the very first turn for the HL EZA Goten and then the physical EZA Trunks, Defensively, they're not going to be the greatest on that initial turn, but as they super attack and they build up their defense for 6 turns, like, they're going to start being very impressive looking. I think, yeah, it's just Kamehameha is all Krillin will get right there. All right, so I'm going to let Trunks and Goten go crazy here in slot 1. Because remember, they're going to give a little bit of... It's a very small attack buff, but they will give an attack buff nonetheless to our boy Krillin. Because on their unit super attack, which, again, just Krillin being on the team, by the way, is enough for Goten and Trunks to get their unit super attack, right? Like, you don't even have to be on rotation for them. Just the team is sufficient in order to get it done, which is really, really good, right? And then that's going to give a little bit of an extra attack buff to our boy Krillin. Let's see what he gets up to, 2.72. So we can see Krillin doing very consistent numbers, giving huge monster gobs of support to the rotation, the 4-key, the 60% attack and defense. Krillin is just a very, very powerful unit. That's it. He's just crazy good. Alright, so now we're on the Battle of Wits / Majin Buu Saga team. Definitely, you could get a very quirky team going on here, but it'll work, right? Because, like, Paikon is able to support, Krillin can support. We can just get so many powerful units that can work as very powerful support type units. And again, it just leads to good numbers being put up. So if we put Krillin actually right here in between, we're going to be able to get exactly what we're looking for right here. I guess I could do this right there. Yeah, and we're still going to be able to get Paikon, the Int Orbs, which is going to be a support type ability. Well, looks like Trunks is going to super attack no matter what. Right, because remember that, Krillin, again, for him to be at, like, full power, we do want, like, a Trunks or Goten around. This might actually, I think we're going to get a higher attack set here than we did before, but because Krillin is he has 3 links active right here. He's got Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, but then he also has Experienced Fighters with Paikon. Remember, Experienced Fighters is a pretty common link, right? That'll actually allow Krillin to work well on this team because, like, the LR Goku and Vegeta, the STR Vegito unit, they have Experienced Fighters before they fuse as well. All right, so yeah, Krillin up to 3 mil while giving 60% support. He's got damage reduction. That boy is good, right? Is Paikon even going to hit 3 mil? Yeah, oh yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah, he did. And then obviously, with like the Goku and Vegeta around, Paikon to be able to get his unit super attack, and we could see him be super effective against all types. And then that's where, he's really punching well above his weight of what his attack set is going to say. I do also have Android 18 on the team. Remember that Android 18 is a fairly powerful support type unit, and she actually shares a link, yeah, shocking speed with Goku and Vegeta. Again, Goku and Vegeta, like, one of the reasons I really do like them probably as the 3rd best unit in the game right now, their link set, while Goku and Vegeta is so good, their defense is so good, obviously the utility of transforming and seeing enemy super attacks, their leader skill, everything about the unit is just so goddamn good. Right, that Goku and Vegeta does so much, and they link with so many units because their link set, having both prepared for battle and shocking speed is so big. It's just such a well-designed unit. Okay, so, see, this is good because we're going to be able to get a lot of links active for Krillin. The problem is we're pretty much, yeah, I might have to forego Fierce Battle here, which we would get if Krillin was in the middle right there. So you'd have Turtle School, Fierce Battle, and Kamehameha. But I might have to just do this because there's no way. If Roshi could only get his 12-key super attack, he wouldn't finish Goku off. Not really too much I could do here. So we'll just do this. And let's see what number. Ooh, dude, look at Krillin up to 172k right there. Pretty good. And then look at his Roshi's defense 200k. Like, man, like these units together, it's like, just as long as you got a Kid Trunks or Goten around, which again, a lot of them are pretty good. You probably don't want to run the tech one the way I'm doing without... Well, no, because actually that Trunks, yeah, that tech Trunks and the Int Goten, they get part of their buffs from having a Krillin around as well. So actually just running them is fine. And Krillin up there, 2.62. Man. I like the numbers Krillin's putting up alongside the powerful support he's given. Now, obviously, LR Roshi easily able to break 5 million, right? I mean, LR Roshi is just overall a very, very good unit. I like this, man. I like this Krillin. I think they did a really good job with him. Even without a Trunks and Goten around, he's still giving 2-key and 30% attack and defense, which is going to make him very, very good. Actually, here, let's get the unit super attack for Paikon right here. And then we'll probably just go to the next team. Maybe we'll go to, like, Hybrid Saiyan / Saviors, I think will work for our boy Krillin. But let me just get this unit super attack in for Pikkon, because, you know, not too often you get to see this. 2.37 is not the craziest, but keep in mind, he is going to be super effective against all types right here with Gogeta, so that's pretty good. Alright, we actually did not finish Goku off right here, so I figure we can go ahead and get this rotation in right here as well. So, this is a good rotation for Krillin in terms of support. Keep in mind, as stupid as it is, despite the fact that he's cream pieing her on the regular, Krillin and 18 have no links. But this is a powerful rotation for Krillin in terms of support, right? I mean, Roshi's giving 40% attack and defense. Android 18 is giving the key and attack and defense. So Krillin is going to be looking good right here. And then he's got Turtle School as well as Kamehameha. However, we have no Trunks or Goten around. So we can see how his attack stat might change, you know, losing out on another 120% attack. Yeah, he's under 2 million. So he loses out on 120% attack, plus the extra 30% he's giving to attack and defense from the support. So we could see his number dropped quite a bit. Alright, so now we are on the Hybrid Saiyan / Savior team. Honestly, this team, Savior is a very good complement to Hybrid Saiyans. It's going to allow, you know, units like Krillin to get on here, which is going to help this team out, I think, quite a bit. So I have the 40% movie hero support Gohan here. Again, he's probably not going to do the most ever, just because we don't have, whatchamacallit on this rotation. We don't have a Trunks or Goten. That's the only thing about Krillin himself, is that when it comes to showing off him, he's just going to look far less impressive without a Goten and Trunks around. I would say as a support type unit, he's still fine, capable of holding his own as, like, you know, a floating unit. But, like, you know, he's not going to be the craziest without Goten and Trunks around. It's just how it is, right? Because especially, like, you know, look at his defensive level, but then he's also got the damage reduction, you know, once Goten and Trunks are around. The extra attack. Like, it's just this, he's doing so much more, it just makes him look like a very impressive unit, right? So, alright, yeah, ASAP, let me go ahead and get Goten off rotation right here and get him alongside our boys right here. That'll help out a lot once Goten is over there. We'll just do that. And then I guess we'll have LRB paying around too. Now, Krillin does get the extra, I believe, attack at the start of turn. Like, I don't think that buff counts. It's not like one of these, like on super attack type buffs. So, Krillin should work rather well with LRB Pan in terms of giving him all that extra attack, at least when a Goten is around, right? So, yeah, we'll do this right here. And then we'll see the numbers that Krillin gets. Again, we're seeing that Krillin is definitely not putting up, like, supremely, so crazy numbers, obviously, on these rotations, until we actually get, you know, Goten or Trunks around. But, you know, he's going to work well as a floating type unit. One other thing Krillin does, too, that I haven't really talked about is that he does get an extra 10% damage reduction, and an Superclass allies get an extra 10% crit chance when there's a movie bosses category enemy, but I don't know that that's really that great of an ability or that big of a deal, right? I mean, his full passive basically being 240% attack, 120% defense, the Superclass allies getting 4 key, 60% attack and defense, and then Krillin would then have 40% damage reduction, and then also giving all allies 10% crit chance. And you kind of talk about it like that, and it's like, yeah, he's doing an awful lot, right? But, you know, a lot of it is situational, and it's like, I do kind of like the extra buffs he's getting there against movie boss category enemies, because it is kind of a thing where it's like, it's a nice little help, but it's really not that big of a deal, right? Like, if you're not fighting a movie boss's category enemy, it's not like you're getting such a, like, can't miss buff or anything like that. So, I do think they did good. I mean, maybe the only thing is, maybe a little bit of extra damage reduction, and then forego that extra crit chance he does, and again, just give him extra damage reduction, I think probably would have made him just a slightly bit better. Because the extra crit chance is nice, but it's not really that needed, right? Okay, so I guess we could do this. We'll go ahead and pop B-Pan's active skill right here. We'll see what numbers Krillin will get. So again, he's getting, 240% attack, basically. Well, then I guess the extra 60% support, so that's 300% attack from his passive right there. And then we're also getting Kamehameha as well as Fierce Battle. So let's see how much damage our boy Krillin is going to do on this rotation. And then we'll probably get next rotation with Tien, and then we'll finish up. So Krillin gets up to 3.17. Definitely good numbers. Krillin is an impressive boy, no doubt about that. So let me know what you guys think. One of the big reasons I think, by the way, that summoning for Trunks and Goten probably isn't the greatest idea is because of the fact that it's like, yeah, like, you know, he's super good. I'm actually just going to use an item right here just to make sure. But it's like, yeah, Trunks and Goten are really good. Krillin is really good, but the units really are a lot stronger in tandem, right? When you're rocking Krillin with the Trunks and Goten, when you're rocking the Trunks and Goten with Krillin, the units just look a whole lot better. And like as like a free-to-play player potentially summoning on that banner, it's just a lot to ask to get both of them. So I do think it is definitely in your best interest if you're going to be a global player to skip this banner. I do think by the time that this banner arrives on global, global probably will have the update, which will allow you to trade in, you know, excess units for coins, which is going to be very helpful. But I still think skipping this banner on global when it comes, what, probably in June, before the anniversary, I think, you know, maintaining for anniversary definitely would be a much smarter sort of idea, right? So, all right, this is a pretty good rotation here for our boy Krillin. The only thing is we're going to do a lot of damage pretty much no matter what. I don't think this support Tien is going to finish him off, though. All right, so what we have right here, we have experienced fighters, fierce battle, Kamehameha, and solid support. So we're definitely going to get a really good attack set on this rotation by our boy Krillin. Of course, we have his full passive active, except for the extra little buffs we get against a movie boss enemy. And again, Tien shouldn't do too... Wow, 1.45 is a lot better, considering I barely got any orbs. Again, Krillin giving the 60% is helping Tien as well. So, all right, so let's see. Oh, there we go. There's the dodge. So let's see what Krillin gets. 3.3 mil. That's the best attack set we've seen all video, huh? 3.3 right there from our boy Krillin. So, again, let me know what you guys think of our boy Tech Krillin at full level 10 links. I think he's a very good unit. I think this is going to be a great unit to pull as a potential free-to-play player if he's like, you know, the unfeatured unit you get at like, you know, your 10th unit of the multi, right? That's going to be good. But potentially like, you know, summoning on that Trunks and Goten banner, getting Krillin while summoning for them, I don't know that that's really the best usage of your stones. I think letting the Krillin come to you and then, you know, using him as good as he is probably the better way. So let me know what you guys think of this Krillin. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.